Okay, this is like the fifth time I've recorded this because of other OBS issues. Anyways, yeah, today I am doing advice from a failed streamer. Now, I don't consider myself failed, actually. This is another thing about YouTube is kind of clickbaity titles. But yeah, I got a bullet point presentation. Well, not presentation, but I got a bullet point like thing going on here. The first one is presentation, and yeah, let's just start with the first thing that's important. Actually, it's kind of I'm not sure which one is more important, overlays or profile picture, because both of them are going to be two of the first things the viewer in question sees. They're going to see the overlay in the video of the live stream, obviously, like when they're scrolling, as well as a profile picture. Profile picture is from a branding perspective, like outside of the stream itself, the most important thing because again, it's the first thing they'll see outside of the stream. Next, you got to do your links. Your links are the next most important thing because honestly, I scroll down at least after a little while. I'm not sure about other people if they like immediately scroll down to check how professional the person looks overall. But I scroll down like I might give it like a few minutes. I'm like I kind of enjoy this person. Let's check them. Let's check out their branding. Their about section, right? And the about like um blurb whatever above the about tabs. Another important thing to do. You like dude, I had an example earlier. I can't think of it, but just like say I'm a like instead of saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a variety streamer. I stream at these days." Include I stream at these days or these hours, days at the end, obviously, to give viewers an insight to when you stream and what to expect to come, because obviously schedules are best and blah blah blah. But in that you should say, "Oh yeah, come check out the games I love with me." Like just yeah, I'm a live streamer or I'm a streamer basically who plays all the games I love. I'm not confined to one, just a ton kind of thing. And yeah, that will basically not that exactly. That's just something I thought off the top of my head, but it's better than simply saying, "Oh yeah, I play variety games or I play a variety of games." Like we are animals of habit, of expectations, etc. So we see you playing Minecraft, and the next day, all of a sudden, you're on Call of Duty. It's like, what? What's with the sudden shift? I don't even like Call of Duty. Now, this is where you give into you are the product. Think of yourself as the product because especially if you are a variety streamer. That way people won't want to watch you. They won't want to watch the game. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. It matters that you're the one playing it kind of thing. Uh and that's really the most important thing. And then you also back to branding, you also have your you know, home screen thing. That's not really a thing on YouTube, like important on YouTube at all in my opinion because it doesn't have a default home header thing like Twitch does because Twitch just defaults to your name and your chosen colors. Um, so I'd say put one up. It's not as important. You don't have to make it look as professional because most people discovering you aren't going to see it. They're going to watch you live and then come over. That's for, YouTube viewers who come over and then they look at it. They're like, and you're not streaming, and they look at the home and they're like, oh, it's just, Ballistic Ren a bunch of times with the green or whatever color is my primary. I don't even know. But anyways, that's going to be boring and they might follow you just out of courtesy, but they're not going to watch you probably live. I'm not sure. I haven't really been in that situation, so I wouldn't know in that case. Anyways, alerts, those are also important. You want to make alerts look professional, preferably GIFs. Stream elements defaults look professional. They're not unique, but they look professional. And if you're a small streamer, you might get the understanding of the audience that, oh, this person isn't, spending money on this because, well, frankly, a lot of streamers that. Some probably don't have the disposable income to spend and lose. But it's a thing. And then another important thing is the title. The title is a very key thing. Now, I might ramble on about titles, but that's because they're important. You want to make the title intriguing. Don't put Minecraft stream today. That's boring. Especially if you have a challenge, you want to put, let's say you're spawning in the nether. Spawning in the nether, can I escape to beat the Ender Dragon? Or if you're doing a speed run, if it's just a regular Minecraft seed, but that's unmodded, but a speed run. Speed running Minecraft today, can I beat the Ender Dragon? Something that actually hooks you in. Uh, so yeah, just saying Minecraft today. Come say hi, dude. That's not that creative. Like, I'd be surprised if you're the only one at that moment that has that title. It's at that moment because I guarantee you plenty more will come in and come out. Put that same exact title there, even while you're streaming, and certainly after. So yeah, just you know, put put effort into your title. Make it actually appealing. Yeah, next, we have to talk about overlays. Do not overcrowd your overlays too much. Um, I feel like mine are probably a little crowded because I have a decent sized like box for like my new subs, my new follows, and my latest cheers. That's like a little box below. I might switch that eventually. I also have a follower goal at the top, but all you need is a webcam. I would definitely recommend using a webcam. That makes it a much more personal experience for the chatters, for the viewers, chatters, whichever one you're you're targeting. But because that's going to show your face. That's going to show that you are interested. That also might help. So like for example, if you're playing Counter Strike and you're really locked into hunting someone down, and you're just like, you're just like really focused, just kind of thing. You're they're going to know that you are focused and locked in, kind of, and just aren't talking because of that. You're trying to focus on getting the kill. Uh, So I would definitely recommend a webcam for that because you also want to talk. Always be talking. Never stop talking. Now I say that, but now that is kind of contradictory to what I said before. And because like I said, you lock in, you get focused, and occasionally that happens even with big streamers, right? They'll be like, I'm really focused, let's focus, I can't talk right now, kind of thing. But that is when they are really focused. If it's downtime, whatever the case may be, discuss things, even if you're not chatting about something about your personal life, let's say, or something you saw the other day or whatever the case may be, like even if you're not chatting about, oh yeah, I went to see the latest, Marvel superhero whatever movie, like just talk about the game, just be like, oh yeah, this is a cool game. Let's move around here and there and call it a day, right? Because that is more intriguing than saying nothing, right? Keep chat interested in some way, shape, or form. Let's talk about multi-streaming. Multi-streaming is probably somewhat challenging because it's dependent on more internet, at that equal internet to what you've already got going. So you're streaming at 4,000 kilobits per second or whatever. Got to stream at 8,000 now because you're multi-streaming to another platform. And I would recommend doing that. Do not rely on third parties because you are going to lock your stream quality to the mainstream, you know? Um, so yeah, you need to worry about that. Also, thumbnails for YouTube streams. When you stream on YouTube, I'm going to get actually that reminds me to discuss the differences. So you have Twitch, Kick, and YouTube all offer streaming. Twitch and Kick are basically exclusively streaming. And so Twitch and Kick aren't really different. I would say the only thing you have to consider between the two are, TOS and such, because they do have slightly different, I shouldn't say slightly, but they do have different TOS enforcement and policies and all that. But the main thing is Twitch is also a lot more community focused, right? Kick is a carbon copy, just without the third party tools like sound alerts and other useful tools. Like I got a stream counter, like, okay, my next stream, schedule counters kind of thing, where it's like, okay, Ballistic Ren's next stream is 23 hours away or whatever, you know? And that kind of, you just don't get that with Kick. You get your default tabs, your links and abouts and all the things. But you just don't get the the experience. Also, I don't think I think I forgot this actually. The With the links, which is the second most important thing in my opinion, because that's the second thing they're going to see in your live stream. Um, from branding, profile pic, then links. But your links also have to look nice. You have to have a graphic for your links section. You have to have a graphic for your about section. You have to I would say you have to have a graphic for everyone. Um, but yeah, that's basically I just wanted to make sure I got that out of the way if I forgot it. Like I said, this isn't a scripted thing. This is an off the cuff thing, and I just attempted it earlier and got to record it properly. So yeah, I'm kind of like mumbling with merging the ideas between the two. But yeah, YouTube, you need a thumbnail. You need a thumbnail if it's upcoming. You need a thumbnail while it's broadcasting. You need a thumbnail after it's done broadcasting because YouTube uses thumbnails and therefore people expect to see custom thumbnails. Twitch, Kick, they just show whatever you're doing, right? There is no way to add a custom thumbnail, at least not while live. And I wouldn't worry about adding one afterwards if you can. So I don't really know because I just don't use any features that would allow me to use the thumbnail. But YouTube does, and YouTube will expect a thumbnail. If they don't see a professional thumbnail, they probably won't click. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Now followers don't equal views. No one like here's the thing. I don't think an advertiser or a sponsor or a I'm I'm not sure if you consider GamerSupps a sponsor. They're more like a partner in some sense of the word, I think, or like a partner like GamerSupps. I don't think they'll care about how many followers you have. If you're like me with nearly 80 followers, which sounds like a lot, but guess what? I don't get that many views because guess what? A lot of people came in, people or bots, I don't know which, maybe both, came in, said, "Hey, check out this," or "Hey, check out this Discord," or follow me on Discord kind of thing. Or they came in and said, and they kind of buttered me up sometimes, and then they are like, "Hey, go check out my artwork, my probably overpriced artwork. That's probably why they're soliciting here because I can't get any customers through good, genuine, honest work or clients, whatever you want to call them. And here's the thing, I fell into a trap of being like, yeah, I'll go check it out. Yeah, totally. And then of course it'd be like, why aren't you following me on Discord? Why aren't you following me on Discord? Friend me on Discord. It's like, dude, first of all, I'm streaming. Like, even if I did genuinely care about what you were selling me, I'm streaming right now. I'll do it afterwards. Dude, there were times where I'd stream, say, oh yeah, I'll totally follow you on Discord and didn't really mean it. And then they're like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, why didn't you follow me on Discord? And it's like, because I'm playing a game, or well, friend, whatever. Because I'm playing the game. I'm not going to pause my whole entire stream for you. It's like this is a community effort. But yeah, there were even some I kind of like played into like, yeah, I friended them on Discord and was like, yeah, yeah, I see your art. That's cool. I'll think about it and then ghosted them because honestly, they kind of deserve it. I shouldn't have, egged them on like that. Now I don't. I think sometimes I'll get like a little self conscious and probably do it, but I try not to. I go tell them to go fuck off. Um, and that's what you should do because you don't want to get these disingenuous people following you and all that and being encouraged to do so, stuff like that. Because you don't want fake followers. because that does nothing for you. It all it does is create a gap, make you probably hurt you really because it makes your channel look dead probably to potential sponsors and the like. Um, and that's the thing, viewers. So yeah, followers don't equal views, viewers equal views, and viewers are the most important thing on Twitch. Uh, and I'll get back to that in the discovery because I have a little discovery section. But before I do that, you want to ask for followers, right? You want to, and I would say you want to ask. And here's the thing: ask for followers. Don't beg for followers. At maybe you could pull it off every, let's say, 30 minutes, but people come, people go, people watch this, people watch that. So you see a follower, so you see a follow pop up. Thank the person for the follow, right? Thank the person for the follow. Genuinely thank them. They are taking their time to watch you. They are taking they may be giving their money to watch you. Genuinely thank them. Be genuinely grateful that they, you know, subbed to you. That they, especially if they gifted a sub, I'd say especially if they cheered, because again, cheers don't give any perks; those are just basically donations. But especially if they gifted a sub, because they are paying a fixed price for a set of perks that they personally didn't receive. They gifted all that stuff to someone else, right? They probably gifted it. They possibly gifted it to more people than just someone else. You know, depending, like you could gift 100 million subs, nah. But in all seriousness, if someone gifts subs, that is probably the most important person to thank because, like I said, they're doing it at a fixed price. They're doing it. They're they're buying perks that they will never get to use unless they're already subbed themselves or added them to the gift subs, I guess. I'm not even sure if you could do that. I've never tried. But those are probably the most important people to thank you for their money. Uh, but yeah, just at the end of the stream, I would say ask for followers because they already got a taste and now you get to do the call of action. When you give them a hint, then you're able to follow it up with, by the way, kind of thing, you know? So yeah, just say, you know, after the stream's basically ended, be like, hey, by the way, thanks for the view. If you enjoyed, please consider a follow. Simple as that. And yeah, I think that's probably the most acceptable thing to do. Aside from just not soliciting a follow, I guess. If you want to look at it like that. But another thing is discovery. And here's the thing. The more viewers, the more discoverable. Right? That's where you go. Followers don't equal views, viewers equal views. Because Twitch doesn't calculate followers, they calculate views. Most people watch or most people scroll based off high to low viewer count, right? So yeah, if you don't have many viewers, you're going to rank lower and you're going to be less discoverable and less people are going to find you. Now for like collaborators, that bumps you up if like 5-10 viewer collabs can bump you up to 50 viewers, and on some games that's probably a very much needed bump to get even more viewers. The problem with that is that you're kind of competing with your friends and people decide to pick one over the other, stuff like that. You're all going to appear next to each other because they're all going to have 50 viewers exactly and all that. And then people are going to click on one of your streams and all of your streams are going to go up by that one viewer. And, you know, I'm not sure if that's really the best idea. I mean, obviously, if a 10 viewer streamer is streaming with a 100 viewer streamer, you can hover over it, see which one has a bigger viewer count, and click the one you want to watch, I guess. Aside from them being next to each other, but I digress. But yeah, it's a weird thing with that. But yeah, what you want to do is stream low creator, high viewer content so you can grow because you are going to be buried if you stream Fortnite or Minecraft or just chatting or GTA or whatever 50 other games are, you know, the top 50 or so, uh, they're going to be very busy games with a lot of people. Whereas, whereas you can scroll down, you can find a game with. My understanding is you want to look for a game with 1 million followers or whatever, or likes, whatever they call the following for the games. But I want to find one with like 1 million of them. That's going to be busy enough because a lot of people will want to watch it. But again, depending on the game, how old it is, such, not many people might stream it. So like that's the thing. Like Hitman worked out kind of for me. Not great. I wouldn't recommend it so much. It's good if you want to get like your foot in the door. It's probably GTA was like got me one big thing, whereas Hitman has been a little flow. Like that was pure luck with GTA. I got one big like hype train going on that one time. It I think the VOD's up on my VOD channel. I don't know how it's like September of last year, so it's probably pretty buried by now. But it was crazy. It was one moment where just a bunch of people came in, gifted subs, and I never saw that much success since. Because it was just luck of the draw kind of thing. Like I just happened to be there. The person just happened to raid me, blah blah blah, whatever, and all the viewers just happened to hype me up. And yeah, that actually pushed me over. I think that actually pushed me over 50 followers. Of course, by that point, the follow threshold for affiliate went down, but that pushed me over some other things too. I think for the qualify as affiliate. So I do hold that in high regard as a great moment of my whole streaming career. But yeah. Um so yeah, that's basically how you get the quickest results. Just stream low viewer high or low streamer high viewer count games because people only got to scroll like just do like one quick scroll and they're going to be done. They're going to be through all the streamers, maybe two or three, but not too many, and that's going to be a lot more manageable. Some of it obviously are going to see the top five, stick to those top five, and call it a day. But some will go down. Like I like get it like one or two quick scrolls and be like, oh yeah, I see some small guys with like 3, 4 viewers. Check them out. Not really going to get that with the big games that have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 streamers concurrently. Again, some people do sit through the mess that is scrolling like that, but not many. Like I said, unless you're actively searching for smaller streamers that you want to help grow yourself, that's probably not going to happen. So just stick to those. Also, upload to other platforms because Twitch isn't helping you out. You need to find a way to filter people over, like I discussed previously, like with again, obviously people are busy, people do things. Streaming takes a long time, and if you're doing it on a consistent scale, it's going to be even harder to upload regularly to other platforms. I get it. Unless you're already doing it, of course. But even then, like as a private individual, you're probably like posting to Instagram. You're posting yourself to Instagram. You're posting like in the moment videos to Instagram. You're not posting, these fancy edited 2-hour clip gameplay, whatever things. uh, because you have to search through those 2, 3, 4 hours of gameplay. And honestly, as a part time streamer, yeah, don't do any more than a few hours, I'd say, unless you really want to grind. Um, but yeah, that's really all I think I have to say about that. I don't think there's anything else. I could do update videos occasionally if I miss anything or something new happens. Uh, I mean, I guess just don't go into other people's chats asking for follows or views or anything else. That's really, but that's like common sense that everyone else has said. And I honestly don't feel like anyone really gotten into this kind of description. They're like, they of course there's things I've covered that other people have covered. I'm sure everyone's covered basically everything about this. But this is like a general overview of what to expect. I'm not really going into the nitty gritty or whatever, and like really being like this specific thing you should do to help grow your channel. It's more of generalization. Like don't take this as like the holy bible of streaming, like the holy grail, whatever. Um, it's just like give you expectations. This is because here's the thing. I went in, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to set up some pretty decent stuff. I'm going to stream. I'm going to get views. I'm going to play games with very few streamers, but streamers nonetheless, and I'm going to get views, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. And that's just not realistic. Because like the thing is, people were like, you know what? Dark Souls, that's a good game to play. That's a great game to play for growth because there's few streamers but a lot of viewers, right? And it's like I'm not really interested in Dark Souls. The closest thing I would play to that is Skyrim, which that didn't work out for me. Um, I'm into shooting games like GTA is a shooting game. Well, pretty decent amount of it is. Of Halo and Call of Duty and Counter Strike and Left 4 Dead. Those are all shooters. I could maybe play those, but because I know those aren't going to be the top ones. But yeah, that didn't work. Also, don't forget to use streaming websites like two that I have used in the past. What are the two that I have used in the past? I know one was like what was it? Solinome, I think. And then Twitch Tracker are the two that I have used, the main two. So yeah, I think that's basically all I have to say about that. But those will help you check like the ratios and the like to viewers to streamers and all that. So find a game you like, see where it lands, and see if it's realistic. Retro, that's a generalized thing that's popular, but maybe not too overcrowded. I've messed with retro, didn't really see much success there. But again, like I'm not trying to come off as like, oh, I need a million followers and 5,000 viewers. I don't. It would be great if I could get that big. I love wanting to build a community. I'm not trying to be like some narcissist who's like, I deserve this and all that. I just want to build a place for people to come and relax and hang out, and that's what I want to do. I want to meet other streamers. I want to collab with other streamers. Honestly, I'd love to play a lot more multiplayer games with just, relax with other streamers, like if I could get in contact with other streamers, play games like Peak or Mecha Chameleon or whatever, whatever popular game multiplayer game there is like that. I'd love. I know they call it French Lap or whatever. I don't really like that description because it's like that kind of implies that this was just made as a quick cash grab, and I don't really think most of those games were. Don't get me wrong. I think they were made specifically because that's a relatively safe option, but I think they had genuine interest in making a great game. But yeah, I want to play more games like that. But no, I don't really have many streamer. I don't really have any streamer friends to do that with and all that. So yeah, I haven't been able to do that really, and I don't really have them. I definitely don't have the kind of money to be spending on every game under the uh under the fucking Steam roof. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, uh, it would be great if I could meet some people and collab. But yeah, until then, I'll just keep on grinding, I guess. Anyways, yeah, that's all I really had to say about this. Not really much to add, I don't think. So yeah, uh, go check out my other channels. My main channel is at ballistic ren underscore official RENN. You know, um, and the main tag there is just Ren because honestly I prefer just Ren, but that's already taken. Uh, but yeah, Ballistic Ren underscore RENN on Twitch as well. And all the links will be in the description for any other channels I might have missed. And yeah, until next time, I will see you then. Goodbye.